All right, good afternoon, guys. Back at it again with another MLB DFS video. I really hope you faded our lineup yesterday. Towards the end, I think it got a little bit better in terms of Cleveland actually hit some home runs, but Tanner Beebe, like the chalkiest guy on the slate, like just went crazy or didn't go crazy. Sorry, I like zoned out for a second. I mean, just the MLB DFS. I'm just upset. I'm ready for football season. Corbin Carroll got hurt. We did Diamondback stack as well. Um, they did absolutely nothing for us. Um, this isn't me being like, oh yeah, like I know everything, but I sent a lineup to Funk with a Orioles stack with Gunnar Henderson in there who dropped like 57, and we didn't roll with it. And I kind of like the alternate where Funk would he went with Walker, Carroll, Perdomo. Like I liked getting a little different with that. We had Santander that got 15, but that was just a heartbreaker to see that um Gunnar Henderson just destroyed us.
Yeah, it was not a fun slate. We were like, I mean, our main stack was Cleveland. They were fine. Three bombs, Quan 0 for 5, whatever. D-backs is where we really really got screwed over. How are they going to get donutted by Cookie Carrasco? Like, it's just baffling to me. But yeah, Gunnar Henderson at 25%, 60 piece. That pretty much just rests you to bed if you didn't have him. And if you didn't have him and Andres Jimenez, you were definitely cooked because he had 53 stolen bases. Lindor, the Mets were a decent play. I mean, just fading the opposite side of the Arizona chalk. I was kind of surprised at how owned the D backs were. I mean, Walker was 25, Carroll was 35, Perdomo was 15. I thought we were going to get some lower numbers there. Did not happen. Uh, BB, like we said on the, on the video yesterday, probably a shit play at 35%. And he was. We ended up there because I really didn't like any of the other pitchers at all. So I just kind of went with it and tried to get the bats to carry the way, but this didn't happen.
If you've watched any of our videos before and we say, oh, this pitcher is shit tonight, oh, I don't like him, play him. Because we always shit on Carrasco for giving up a bunch of power and just being an overall bad pitcher. And now, last night he did good. All right, that's enough of my spiel. Let's just jump into this. We got a big slate today. So right now he's got Zalen, what the fuck? Zach Gallen, Corbin Burns, Castillo, Andrew Abbott, Hunter Brown, Dylan Cease. The list just goes on and on and on. Where are we thinking today?
Yeah, I like this slate a little bit just because there's not much chalk at pitcher. I mean, no one over 20% as of right now. Maybe Hunter Brown pushes over 20 by the end of the day, but I mean, as you can see from the top pitching percentage, no one above 7%. Lots of guys between 5 and 6. Pretty evenly distributed. If I had to rank them, I wrote it down. I got Abbott, Brown, Gallen, Cease, Darvish. Um, Abbott has been absolutely on fire since he's joined the Reds. He's a lefty, and the Brewers suck against lefties, so definitely cannot argue against Abbott. It's a pretty much a must-win series for either team. The Brewers are 2 games back at the NL Central top of the Reds, so pretty important series. I can see both pitchers trying to carry the weight today. So I like Abbott. Hunter Brown against Seattle, sure. I don't like that he's the most owned, but he's talented. He's only 9K. Seattle strikes out a bunch, so he's fine. Castillo on the other side is a little concerning. He's had a little bit of a walk issue. Like his pitch count is just getting too high. before he can get to 6 or around 6. So I think I'm off Castillo against Houston. Cease is just like a genuine GPP play against Seattle. I'm not Seattle, St. Louis. Um, St. Louis has been bad for like a month and a half. They just keep throwing away games, so I can see Cease having a decent outing here. Savale, he's done pretty well the last couple starts. He's gotten to 6 innings, I think 3 of the last 4 or something. So I like him against KC, but I just don't know if he has the genuine upside as like some of these other top arms. So I think he's more of like a safer like cash play. Like maybe he gets you 30, but I don't think he can get you 60. Verlander, no. Ober, no. Rodon, I can't see him going over like 80 pitches today. I think he'll be limited like 70, 75. Just don't think I could pay, what's his tag? 9.3 for a guy that's not going to get there for a quality start. Gonsolin's price is way down, but I don't think I want to go there. Rich Hill, no thanks. Canning, I don't play against the Dodgers. Darvish is pretty low on the pitching tool, which was interesting to see. But I guess the Mets have been streaking a little bit, so maybe I'm off Darvish.
So I remember when Andrew Abbott first got called up, he was like 8K. Funk and I were kind of just laughing, like, oh, he should be a little lower. Like, why is he 8K? He hasn't pitched. Now we're sitting here talking about him being 10-6 as a good play today, which obviously he is. Probably one of my favorites today, only because it's against Milwaukee and he's a lefty and Milwaukee cannot hit the ball against lefties. Gallen, I always like Zach Gallen. He's just got the high upside. I mean, I always think about that one time he went like 7 innings and got us 50, and we like pretty well because anytime the Diamondbacks play at home, it's just like a late game. So that was like a nice like cash. Playing against Pittsburgh, I like that. Corbin Burns, no, it's only because since he's been pretty hot, and even when they're not winning, they're still stringing some hits, making the games interesting. You got Ellie De La Cruz, probably is going to pimp one out against Corbin Burns. Castillo, I don't really like. Hunter Brown, right now, he's getting 19% against Seattle, who strikes out a lot, and he's only 9,000. I kind of like that. Dylan Cease, he's been good recently. The White Sox in general have not. I'm going to the game tonight, so I'm kind of hoping Dylan Cease puts on a performance, and I can try to convince Funk to play Dylan Cease tonight against the St. Louis team. The only positive thing I can say about Dylan Cease recently, his numbers have been better, and he's only projected to get 3%. So that's a nice, like, kind of like you said too. It's a good GPP, like, strictly option. His strikeouts have been there recently. It's just a matter of can he go 6? Can he limit the walks? Because that's been a bit of an issue this year. Can he limit the walks and, go 6 and somehow the White Sox win a game? Savali getting 10%, sure. At 8,800, I guess. Ober, not really, because Baltimore is Baltimore. Rodon, White Sox legend, but no. The only thing I can say about Gosselin is he's 8,000 and playing the Angels at 4%. That could be something. I don't know. Rich Hill, no. There is a lot of pitching options today, but the only people I would say to like consider Galen, Burns, I guess, Abbott, Hunter Brown, Cease, even you Darvish if you want, and Tony Gosling. The plus side on you Darvish at 8,700 And Tony Goslin at 8K, you can just pay up for a bunch of bats and just hope that they have like an amazing game or just, above average performances. There's not much else I like. I'm assuming you don't either.
No, not really. I was just looking at the team favorites. Savali, well, not necessarily the pitching to get a win, but the team to get a win, Savali minus 190, Ober minus 150, San Diego minus 125, Gallon minus 220, minus 200, and Gonsolin minus 175. So I guess the win odds kind of stand out for Gallon at 10-1. So I like him to get the win, I guess.
Reds just dropped their lineup. Friedel, McLean, India, Ellie, Fraley, Votto, Steer, Benson, Maui, or Mail, whatever his name is. Don't really plan on playing any Cincy anyway. Sorry, but so let's move on to stacks. Boston right now projecting out to be the best, and it goes Rangers, Dodgers, D-backs. I don't think we want to make that mistake again with the D-backs. Minnesota, Oakland's up there, which is very interesting. The list just goes on. It's funny because Houston's the last. Never thought I'd live to see the day. But what's standing out to you right now?
Yeah, the teams I wrote down were Texas, Cleveland, Boston, Minnesota, Arizona, and Cleveland. So I think that's like here. We just pull up 1, 2, 5, 7, like within the top 10 stacks on the top stack tool. So that's good to see. But Boston gonna be clear chalk today. Ownership share says 25%. I can see like Justin Turner and Devers being like 30 plus, which isn't very fun, but Turner's been pretty good the last couple weeks. I'm not going to argue against it. Let's see what Devers price tag's at. 3.7. Yeah, he's definitely going to be over 30%. So you can ride and die on the Boston chalk train. We might have a couple pieces. Might try to get a little different and not full stack them. Texas, they're always in play, like I say every video. Dodgers, sure. D-backs again. Heard us yesterday, but they're not going to get goose egged again. So I can see them putting up a show. Minnesota, sure. Couple guys, Correa, Buxton, probably underpriced per usual on Fanduel. Cleveland again against Dylan Lynch, absolutely. Yankees against Talion. He's been bad all year. So, the Yankees have been really bad, but are they worse than James and Talion? Probably not. So I can see getting a few of them. Not much else stands out from what I can see. Anything for you?
So the one thing if like people are watching this and they're confused on stacks, big slates like this, almost anything can happen. So it's kind of take your stands on whatever stacks you like. Like I like Cleveland just because they're playing against Daniel Lynch. Obviously Boston's up there. I saw something that somebody is starting in front of Luis Medina. So that means this guy's going to pitch like 2 innings and then Medina's going to pitch, a little later on into the game. I agree with like the first like 5 of the top stacks. San Fran against Austin Gomber looks a little interesting. Oakland even looks interesting. I don't know who this Brandon Walter guy is. Yankees against Tyone or Talion, whatever the hell this guy's name is. I don't really care. I know Yu Darvish has been a little iffy, and he's priced at 8,700. I remember playing he was like 10K price range or slightly below. So the Mets might be a little interesting here. I know Corbin Burns has been kind of up and down a little bit, so going to Cincy wouldn't be that bad of an idea either. If you take away anything from what I'm saying, big slate. Anything can happen. If you were to do a 4-2-2, you can do 4 Cleveland, 2 Oakland, 2 Mets if you really wanted to, because that gets very different. But it's like anything can happen because there's crap load amount of games today. Do we think Baltimore puts up 14 again? And Gunnar
Hopefully not.
Henderson just hits 2 freaking nukes against Bailey Ober. I sort of like St. Louis, but the issue really is like Dylan Cease has been going a little nuts recently. So I mean, if you really want like Goldschmidt, Arenado, you can definitely get to them. Because I got a feeling like Cease is gonna give up like a couple, not maybe necessarily not home runs, but shit can happen. Yeah, Boston, Texas, Dodgers, Arizona, Oakland, Cleveland, Yankees. Those are like the priorities to look into. Let's look at the lineup generator, just see what it's spin to us. What stack type do we want to do today?
Let's do all. And balanced. And let's throw Gallon in there and see what happens. For Boston.
So this is like this is considered a cash game lineup right now.
Yeah.
So it's like the most chalky. You want me to just save 20?
Mm.
Oh shit. So obviously we locked in Gallon. 94% Duran. Holy crap. Yeah, it's really liking Boston. Chalkiest on the slate. It really is a little bit of Texas, a little bit of the Yanks, mixing in a little bit of Cleveland. Elvis Andrews made an appearance.
Yeah, Yoshida's price tag a little low. 32. Scroll up, all the way up.
All the way up.
Yoshida, his tag's a little low. 3,200. He should be like 35, 36. Duran, he's chalk every fucking slate. Devers, yeah. I mean, Devers is definitely gonna be 30%. I do like some minis of the Yanks. I can't see them being this bad for this long.
Not these two.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a good way to, if you're hand building lineups, seeing what the tool likes, or you can export it to a CSV and upload it straight to Fanduel or DraftKings, whatever you play on. Hit me with your home runs.
So the guys I have lined up got Carlos Correa, Jake Berger, and Carlos Stanton. Or Giancarlo Stanton. I meant Carlos Correa, Giancarlo Stanton, you know.
So I'm gonna go with Luis Robert. Definitely not taking him just because I'm going to the game. Byron Buxton and Cal Raleigh. That should just about do it though, unless you got anything else to add.
Nope, just another huge Friday slate. Make sure to check out our lineup today, about 10 minutes before lock. Hopefully, we can end up in the cash line for once this week. Make sure to check out Stochastic's tools in our description for the data you need, and if you want to build your own lineups, and like and subscribe if you haven't already.